Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our second edition of the Quarantine Comedy Kitchen Party, brought to you live streaming by Bang Albino Inc. My name's Garnet Harding. I'm happy to be your host here tonight, and we have a great lineup of Canadian comics here tonight. We've got the awesome Hoodo Hersi, the inimitable Carol Zoccoli, and the one and only Leonard Chan. So I'm really looking forward to the show. It's going to be a really good time. A little disclaimer, this is an adult show, so if you've got anybody with sensitive sensibilities in your midst, might be time to tuck them into bed or lock them in the basement or whatever your parenting style is. And then we'll be good to go. Now, tonight we are, even though the show is free, we are graciously asking you for donations. And today's show, all of the proceeds are going to support the Canada Helps COVID-19 Relief Fund. And through that fund, they're going to be helping some of the community action and then some of the frontline healthcare worker action, getting them supplies and all the things they need to keep everybody and themselves safe and healthy. So let's get this show underway. All right, our first comic tonight has performed on all the major comedy stages across Canada, including the Winnipeg Comedy Festival, the Halifax Comedy Festival, and on the Just for Laughs stages. She has opened for amazing, amazing comics like Hassan Minaj and Maria Bamford, who I love. And she was also one of CBC's top 15 comics to watch in 2019. Now, I had a chance to ask the performers a little question. And so I asked Hoodo, if you could spend a long weekend with anybody famous, past or present, who would that be with? And her answer was Cardi B. Because based on her social media presence, it's clear that she is both insane and hilarious. Now, I don't know if this girl's insane, but I know she is hilarious. So please welcome Hoodo Hersi.
Whoa, hey guys. Yes, I am usually, for a lot of online shows now, I've been putting on makeup to make it seem like I'm sane and that things are okay. But as you can tell, barefaced, just letting it all hang out, you know. Why keep up with the charade? We're all, you know, dying on the inside. But yeah, I am currently self-isolating with my family, so please keep me in your thoughts and prayers. It's pretty rough stuff, you know. And it's just like this weird thing where, okay, yeah, you just saw that happen. It's this weird thing where you get heckled by your own family, right? You just saw that happen right now, where like I literally have to stop and be like, okay, yeah, no, I didn't put it, like I'm getting heckled by my own family. It's pretty rough shit, and I've been telling her, listen, I now do comedy into a computer. You need to respect my profession, and clearly you just saw it. That's not happening. It's not happening. Wow. Another thing I've learned, cool thing I've learned about myself is, you see how when tough things happen, people become better people. It just hasn't been the case for me. We're living in some pretty dark times right now, and I'm still trash. Like I didn't know that I'd still be trash, but I am. One way I found that out was, now people are doing all these Zoom calls and Skype calls and stuff. And I realized I spend most of the chat staring at myself instead of the other person. You know, I'm just like so vain. I'm like obsessed with myself. It's very weird. Got to talk to my therapist about that. But yeah. And yeah, it's a wild, nuts time. And I feel like, you know, God willing, you know, I don't ever get the coronavirus. But if I were to get the coronavirus, I feel like I wouldn't be one of those like humble, sick people, you know, when people get sick and it just like makes them a kinder person. I feel like I was trash before corona. I'll be trash during and after, you know. It's like, and I'll brag about it, you know. I'll see a cancer, like if I were to get it, I would brag about it. You know, I would look at a cancer survivor and I'd be like, oh, you're a cancer survivor? Well, I'm a corona survivor, okay? I did it with no vaccine, no treatment, okay? Where's my statue? Where is it? Where is it, huh? Okay? No 5K run, no fundraiser, no ribbon. There's no ribbon for the coronavirus, okay? It's all me, okay? You know how older older guys talk about won't ever shut up about going to Vietnam. That'll be me. Like 20 years from now, I'll have kids just to be like, hey, you know, there was a time where your mother had to just stay home and watch TV all the time and be sad and journal. Yeah, I'll turn into one of those. This will be my Vietnam. This is my Vietnam, is what I'm saying. I am another example of me, you know, just being garbage even before all this happened is, you know, there was this homeless lady. This was obviously before the lockdown. And I remember walking by her and she was asking for change. And I had these leftovers. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I just give it to her? You know? So I gave it to her and she was really grateful. And to thank me, she wanted to shake my hand. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there was a part of my brain that went, are you really going to shake her hand? And then there was another part of my brain that was like, no, you acknowledge this woman's humanity. You shake her hand. Don't you dare reject her. Okay. So I went in. Her hand went in too. Okay. And she sees my hand. And I kid you not, she recoiled. The bitch recoiled from me. What? I got tap water and soap at home. Okay. Also from me, like, my home's not an intersection, okay? How dare you, okay? Her name was Victoria, and I want you to know that she was a cunt. I said it, and it's the truth. It's the truth, okay? Yeah, that's, wow, so trash. But I didn't say anything to her. I didn't have enough, I guess, confidence to say anything to her. But something that I have been doing recently, whenever I feel like I need to just like stick up for myself, I always ask myself this question. I go, what would a white man do? Okay. WWMD. What would a white man do? Okay. Because a lot of people make fun of white guys, and they kind of should. But I always ask myself that question because it's like they're really great at like sticking up for themselves. History, if there's anything history has shown us, is white men know how to speak up for themselves. But there is like a thin line between like being confident and then being a colonizer. So it's like, it's careful. You got to be real careful. Okay. And it always makes me sad whenever I see like a sad white guy, you know. I was doing a show, obviously pre-lockdown, a while ago, and there was this bald white guy, and he was sitting front row at this show, and he was wearing a trench coat indoors because life is about balance. And he just looked so sad throughout the entire comedy show. His eyes were down. I just didn't get it. I was like, and I remember when I went up on stage, I like pointed him out, and I was like, dude, be happy. You're a white man. You know what I mean? Like, when you're a person of color or a woman, the world isn't built for you. So you got to go internally. Okay. You gotta like journal and do crystals and daily affirmations and Oprah. Like, you gotta really dig deep, you know? But if you're a white guy, you can dig deep, but you don't have to, you know? Like, you don't have to do it, you know? It's, you can just look externally. You can be like, yeah, that TV show's for me. Movies, all for me, created with me in mind. Grandfather used to own that building. You know, it's great. The world is literally yours. You guys actually understand what the stock market is all about. I always see a bunch of you guys running around shouting numbers. I don't know what's going on. It's like a math club meets a fraternity. I don't know what's going on over there. Anyways, but yeah, it breaks my heart. But I will say this. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, can't nobody keep a white man down. If there's anything we've learned, okay? You just can't. Except depression. Except depression. Depression will keep a white man down. Yeah, I know there's this big move, obviously, to address mental health and to, you know, eradicate depression and all these other, you know, conditions. But maybe we don't have to get rid of all of it. Like, maybe we don't have to get rid of all of depression. Like, maybe we got to keep some depression going. Because, you know, can you imagine what the planet would look like if it was just filled with 100% confident, empowered straight men? Like, it would, straight white guys, like, it would just be, you think it's bad now, it'd be fucking terrifying. Okay? Terrifying. Every single white guy on the planet just felt great all the time, you know? Depression can save lives, is what I'm saying. Like, if Trump had just a little bit of depression, like, that would help. That would work some wonders. Some lives would be saved. I believe that wholeheartedly. I love it. I'm just like, whenever I remember I used to do that joke, and I know some of you right now are probably watching this and you're like, this is kind of turning into like a neo-Nazi situation, but she looks like that, so I guess it's not. Like, is this propaganda or is this comedy? Like, I don't know what's going on. Has Trump, have the MAGA people gotten to her? Anyways, no, I do, before I get off, I do want to share like a travel story, because I do really miss traveling so much. I had a trip to the States booked, and a question people always, whenever I go to the States, a question people love asking me. So you're like, oh my God, Hoodo, what is airport security like for you? Okay. And what people don't know about me is that I'm a friendly psycho. You understand? Okay. I show up to the airport, I look the officer dead in the eye, and I say, pat down, please. You understand? Okay. I choose the pat down. Pat down, don't choose me. Understand? Okay. I am insane, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, and I get the pat down because I'm scared of that X-ray chamber thing. Okay. So when they give me this pat down, they take my luggage to a separate area, very VIP, very VIP. And it is invasive. You know, they are touching your boobs. They are touching your vagina. And you know what? I like it. Whoa, I like tickles. I like tickles. I love them. I love them. Anyways, that's been my time. You guys have been amazing. Make sure you donate. You got to donate. Okay. Forget about us. Do it for the cause. You got to donate, guys. Okay. And follow me on, you know, social media. Thank you. All right. Bye.
I get the pat down too, because I'm married. You know, you gotta take it where you can get it, right? So thanks very much, Hoodo. That was really insightful. And if you're just joining us, we're streaming live in a benefit to help the Canada Helps COVID-19 Relief Fund. So all of the proceeds from tonight's donations are going to go directly to help frontline healthcare workers, as well as people in communities all across Canada, to deal with all of the tragedy that's going on with this whole COVID-19 pandemic. So our next performer is really cool. She's really fun. I was checking her out online. She's a comedian who actually comes from Brazil, and she does comedy in English and Portuguese, which is really odd because I thought they spoke Brazilian in Brazil. But hold on, what? Oh, they have Brazilians in Brazil. Okay, point taken. You may have seen her at the Winnipeg and Halifax comedy festivals, and you can also watch her stand-up on Netflix, but you might need subtitles because it's in Portuguese, and she's huge in Brazil. So I got a chance to ask Carol if she could spend a long weekend with anybody famous, past or present, who would it be with? And she said she would spend it with Henry David Thoreau because he knows how to live in isolation. And yes, she is reading Walden right now. Not gonna lie, I had to Google it, but that answer totally makes sense to me. And I think I may broaden my literary prospects. So without further ado, please welcome Carol Zoccoli.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys? Oh my God, this is my first experience doing a show online. You must imagine like how different it is for us comics to do jokes, to make jokes, and without hearing your laughs. I hope you guys will be laughing. So it's more like we are, all of us are YouTubers, you know what I mean? So I'm probably gonna jump and do like fast edits, you know, to be like a YouTuber, cool. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Who knows what's going on, right? I know Hoodo said that she was not wearing makeup. I did put a little bit of makeup, and I dressed up for you guys. I have this is a velvet romper. I have a velvet romper that I bought this romper at Winners, because the thing I'm missing the most is Winners, guys. Winners is the best thing about this country. As an immigrant, as a new Canadian, I'm gonna tell you, Winners, good brands, low prices, boom. That's the Canadian dream right there, guys, right there. You know, look at this, velvet. I'm walking around like a millionaire. I mean, I'm not walking around, but I mean, before I could walk around like a millionaire. Look at this, right? But I have to tell you guys that I had to pay a high price for this romper at Winners, because I had to witness a woman having diarrhea at Winners for this romper. Swear to God. I was at Winners, the Winners at Bloor. If you're in Toronto, is that Winners at Bloor? That's the diarrhea Winners, okay? So I was there. I found the romper. I tried on. $40. I say, fucking, I'm gonna take it. I'm a Canadian citizen now. No one can stop me. Fuck it. I was walking to the cashier. I saw this woman running and leaving behind her a trail of diarrhea. A girl beside her was in shock. In shock, she was like, "Oh my God, that's actually gross." Of course, I'm not here to judge anyone. You know, I'm not here to judge no one. But I could see that that girl had a very privileged life. She didn't grow up in diarrhea, you know what I mean? She never had an uncle who had too many jalapenos in front of her. You know, she never saw diarrhea her entire life. Her asshole never peed. Never. She was in shock. And I'm going to tell you, I had two options. I could leave the romper behind and exit, or I should face the diarrhea river and pay for my romper. Folks, I am a strong female, okay? I'm a South American woman. It's not a little diarrhea lake that is gonna make me give up my dreams, okay? So I step back, all right? Fucking doing it, okay? I took a deep breath, and that was not a good idea, all right? Not a good idea. And I run, and I jump. And folks, I'm happy to say that I almost made it. I almost made it. A little bit of diarrhea on my shoes. Then I cleaned it off with a $7 Calvin Klein shirt, you know, and here I am. Look at me. Velvet romper, motherfuckers! Look at me on the screen wearing velvet. Guys, swear to God, it is, I think, there's more than 30 days that we are inside, right? So I think today it may be the first day that I am actually wearing like clothes and deodorant, you know. But I mean, we keep going, right? I was talking about diarrhea, right? Diarrhea. And one thing that is different, because I'm from Brazil, right? I moved to Canada around 6 years ago. And last November, I became a Canadian citizen, which is what a great time to be a Canadian citizen, guys. Are you kidding me? Have you seen how the Brazilian government is dealing with the COVID thing? I don't know. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be here and to be able to help, to be part of this this thing that, I don't know, guys. English is my second language. Sometimes I wanna speak something like I have a very complicated and elaborated idea in my mind, but sometimes it does, because it's hard, guys. Because it is hard to speak English. Okay, you guys are doing great. Okay, by the way, but not me. And I actually been training with an accent coach, but I'm afraid to lose my accent completely, because I have broken English. If I don't have an accent, people will think I'm just dumb. But believe me, it's better to hear, go back to your country, than go back to school, So some things, as I was saying, some things are different for me. Here, of course, like, for example, I don't understand driving here in Canada. Because apparently you have to keep your car like in between those straight white lines on the road. Where is my freedom? Where is my freedom? They don't give me a driver's license. No. Because they said, and I quote, the way I drive is criminal. Yeah. What do you think, Canada? That I cannot handle your jails? Because I can, okay? Because I do capoeira, okay? Fucking kill a motherfucker right here, all right? Actually been to prison in Canada, doing comedy, guys, doing comedy. So this is probably not the weirdest place that I've done comedy, because I've done comedy in a prison in Winnipeg. I did a show for 200 male inmates there. And my friend told me, Carol, be very careful, because inmates, when women visit inmates, they send them marriage proposals, right? And it's been like almost a year, and nothing yet. Which makes me think that I'm a great comic. They appreciate my work. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, I'm not looking for a husband anyway. Like, I have one. He's farting very much during this COVID thing. I had to Google if extreme farting was a COVID symptom, because if it were, my husband will be dead in a week probably. But yeah, a lot of things are different for me. I'm still trying to, fit in, And one thing that is different for me is because I grew up with bidets. Do you know bidet? A little shower for your ass. A little ass shower. But then I arrive in Canada, go to the washroom. There's paper. What am I doing, Canada? Writing a letter. Dear diary, I don't know when to stop. The paper never comes back totally white. I don't know, but I don't stop because I'm clean. I stop because my arms hurt, people. Think about it. If there's a piece of poop in your hand, you're not going to grab a piece of paper and scratch it. You're going to wash the shit out of your hand, because it's water what cleans your skin, people, not a dry paper that crumbles inside your asshole. I'm taking a shower, those things start dropping from my butt. And I'm like, do I have a whipping ass now? What's going on? And then people tell me, oh, Carol, why don't you use wipes? Oh, so you're adding water to the paper. Thank you very much. Wet paper. So now I have to be a juggler to not tear the wipe apart. I am no Cirque du Soleil artist, so my fingers end up entirely inside my anus, people. Yeah. Why not just shit on our hands? Let's shit on our hands. Why are we being lined for toilet paper? Why are we killing trees for that? Seriously. Where's Greta Thunberg? Where is her? It's 6 years that I've been living here. It's 6 years of a dirty ass. That's what an immigrant has to go through to live in this country. Okay? We immigrants are suffering. We walk down the street, we nod at each other. We scratch our itchy asses. Be nice to immigrants, okay? Be nice to people in general, okay? I'm kind to people because I don't know the person that I'm talking to. I don't know what the butthole situation is. You know, we see face, but we don't know if the person has those hemorrhoids hanging out of their bum. You know, we don't know if the person has oily farts. We don't know if the person has those Melania Trump labia assholes. Like, we don't know. So be nice. Be nice. Let's respect the diversity of assholes in this country. Guys, okay? That's my message for tonight. Donate, please. Let's be together and apart at the same time. Let's do it. And thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.
That was Carol Zoccoli. Carol, I think if you keep the faith, you might actually find a bidet adapter toilet seat at Winners, because you know those things don't come cheap, and you know they might, you know, you might find one in the clearance rack. So keep your eyes open for that. Oh God, that's really sound advice. You know, when you're dealing with a stranger out in the world, consider what their bum situation might be and just take that into account. All right. Well, speaking of taking things into account, we just want to thank you if you've joined us, and if you're having a good time and you want to donate to the pardon me, the Canada Helps COVID-19 Relief Fund. All of the proceeds are going to go to communities in Canada, as well as to frontline healthcare workers, to keep them supplied, to keep them in their personal protective equipment, which we know is critical right now. And so we really appreciate your donations. Even a few dollars can go a long way, because as you know, these things are purchased in bulk. They're not purchased at Winners. Okay, so we're going to get to our final act. This guy is very funny, and he's close to my heart because he is also an aficionado of a certain type of mammal, which I won't, I'll let him tell you about that maybe. And he's performed at the Winnipeg Comedy Festival, Halifax Comedy Festival, and he's also been seen on the Just for Laughs stages. I asked him if he could spend a long weekend with anybody in history, famous, past or present, who would it be with? And he said, pre-pandemic, a young Michelle Pfeiffer, which I thought was a great choice, but post-pandemic, a young Anthony Fauci. Very good choice. So please welcome Leonard Chan.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? I have no idea. This is a fun thing about online comedy. I have the brick wall here in my basement, so I can pretend I'm still at a comedy club and out. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know how comedy typically works. It helps to be able to see and hear the audience, which I can't do. So right now, my ego is doing most of the heavy lifting and just filling in all the silence with laughter and applause and hand jobs, whatever else it is that comedians get for a good joke. Give a big round of applause to Bang Albino for putting the show together. It's really nice, and for doing all this stuff for charity. Bang Albino is fantastic. Bang Albino, by the way, is also the first thing I'm going to do once I leave this pandemic. So once I get to leave my house, banging an albino. I hope everybody's having a good pandemic right now. I think I'm having a pretty decent pandemic. It took a while to adjust, try to figure out how to make things work, and I have a routine now. Like this morning, I got up, made breakfast, I went to my closet and picked out an outfit for the next 3 weeks. So, spoiler alert, that outfit does not include pants. I don't think I'm ever going to wear pants ever again. I feel like they're actually quite superfluous. So, no pants for me. That's a new thing, which I quite enjoy. What else is going on? So we got back. We actually haven't left the house in a month since this pandemic started. We haven't left the house. So the toilet paper we had is the toilet paper we have. So we're being judicious with its usage, which is new for me. All right, because like, look, I don't mean to brag. I'm a successful comedian. You know, I have toilet paper money. You know, like pre-pandemic, I was making it rain toilet paper. But now I'm counting squares, man. I'm counting squares, which is, you know, I mean, it's good. You know, like on the one hand, I am using way less toilet paper than I was using before. On the other hand, I am accidentally fingering my own asshole a lot more than I was before. And that's a bonus. It's nice. You know, I'm supposed to be doing that. I'm in my 40s now. So I know you can't tell because I'm Asian. I'm actually 73. Yeah, that's an Asian thing. But yeah, toilet paper. We have a decent amount of toilet paper. We have a decent amount of food, which is nice. Because we were actually pretty prepared for this whole thing. My wife is the one who prepares. Like if I was left to my own devices, I'd be dead now. But my wife is fantastic. She prepares. And I'll tell you the thing that really helped us the most when preparing, because you never know when a pandemic is going to happen. But the thing that helped us prepare the most, and I swear by this, and you should all probably have done this, is not have kids. Oh my God. It's like such a strong move, is not having children. I mean, it's just like I sit here and it's quiet and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. You know, all my friends who have kids, like when they announced that school was canceled, like my decision to not have, like I've never felt better about my decision to not have kids based on how upset they were. Like the tears that came out of them it's just phenomenal. And now like I see them on Zoom and they have aged, man. Like they look so old, you know, like just spending every day with a child. They look like the after photos of meth addiction right now. All right. Like children, not even once. We almost had kids. We did try for a little while to have kids, which was terrible because when you have kids, when you try to have kids, all you can have is procreation sex, which is the worst. All right. Like the whole time I'm thinking, man, this next orgasm could cost me $250,000. But yeah, we tried. We were in our late 30s when we tried. So what happened is that we actually went to a fertility clinic just to make sure all the plumbing was working because, you know, I told my wife, I was like, look, I don't want to have sex with you for a year for no reason. So we ended up going to this fertility clinic to make sure everything was okay. Of course, I had to make a donation. By the way, you guys also should donate for this Canada Helps, but donate money. Don't donate sperm the way I was doing it. So anyways, I go to this fertility clinic. They put us in this room, you know, the donation room or whatever you call it. And I get in there and there's nothing in there but a bench, a DVD player, a TV, and a remote control. And I do not want to touch the remote control because for sure nobody has washed their hands after touching that thing. All right. So I peeked my head out the door. I was like, hey, to the nurse, I was like, can I get a condom? She's like, I don't think you understand what you're supposed to be doing in there. And I was like, no, I understand. It's for the remote control. It's for the remote control. But no, we don't have kids, which I am grateful about. I mean, not all my friends look old. Some of them look great. I'm saying this now because I'm going to have to face them later on Zoom. And and I realize I've made a terrible mistake because they're my only human connection to the real world. And what am I doing making fun of them? Anyways, we don't have kids. We actually have a lot of cats. So that's been a challenge. Although it's nice, it's been helping with self-isolation, having a bunch of cats. They're fun, man. We have there's 11 cats in our house right now. Yeah, 11. I know. It's a cry for help, really. Right now, I mean, all I hear right now is silence, but that's normal when I say that. When I say I have 11 cats, nobody makes a sound because it's weird. But I'll tell you. You know, you know what it's like living with 11 cats? It's like a wish gone horribly wrong. You know, like I met a genie and I was like, I want to live in a house full of pussy. And this is what I got. But we have 11 cats because it's a foster home for cats. My wife fosters these cats. She traps them off the street and neuters them. I was the first. So we have these cats, and they're weird, man. We have these weird cats. One of them is on Prozac right now. Has been on Prozac for years, just because he's got anxiety. And I was like, I don't understand like what this cat has to be anxious about. You know, like this cat doesn't have a job. This cat doesn't have to leave the house. And then now I get it. Now I really get it. Yeah, I've been taking all his Prozac just to stay sane. Thank God for the cat. The cat can go crazy now, but I am fine. The fun thing about that cat is that we have to, about the Prozac, is that we have to get the prescription from a pharmacy, right? And it's like a regular human pharmacy. And the prescription is in his name. So when I go to the pharmacy, the pharmacist will be like, is there a smudge here? Is there a Smudge Chan here? And I'm like, that's me. My name is Smudge. I have anxiety because my parents named me Smudge. We have another cat named Guimauve, which is French for marshmallow. It doesn't mean anything, but Guimauve is interesting. Guimauve actually he had a problem. He couldn't pee because he has, and I believe this is the medical term, a tiny penis. I assume you're laughing right now. Don't laugh. It's not funny, man. It's not fun having a tiny penis. I mean, I wouldn't know. My penis is huge compared to the cat's. And so Guimauve couldn't pee, and it was life-threatening. It was a life-threatening situation. So what happened is the medication wasn't working, so we actually had to give him surgery. They removed his penis and gave him a vagina. Yeah, my cat transitioned. I didn't know they did that. Guimauve became Shemauve, which or theymauve. I don't know his preferred pronoun. It's with him. He can decide. They can decide. They can decide what their preferred pronoun is. But look, none of that matters. Look, I don't want to delve too deeply into the murky politics of feline transgenderism. But the point is, none of the other cats cared. Right? All the other cats just accept Guimauve for who they are. Like, cats are chill, man. Cats are very progressive. Like, they've had gender-neutral litter boxes for quite some time. And I think it's amazing. Like, cats, need to be more chill. Like, humans need to be more chill. Humans need to be more like cats. I think and this is the thing, like, humans care so much more about other human genitalia than any other species, which is messed up because humans are the only species that wears pants. I mean, not right now. I'm not wearing pants. Did I mention I'm not wearing pants? It's great. It's great. Like, I mean, I feel very progressive. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing about humans. They got to chill, man. Like, humans are not chill right now. Especially like I'm feeling this, especially as, an Asian, right? In this time of pandemic, where everybody is now afraid of me, which is a new thing. Like, look, the racism against Asians is out of control now, right? It's always been there, right? But it was like a fun racism. It was like, oh, you have tiny genitalia, now build me a railroad kind of racism. Now, they're adding fear. When you add fear to the recipe, it becomes a very different kind of racism. I mean, it becomes an angrier kind of racism, which is not healthy. Like, people are scared of us. And I don't mind that. Like, I want people to be scared of us, but I want them to be scared of us for the right reasons, right? Like, I don't want people to be scared of us because they have some disease, which literally anybody else on earth could have, all right? COVID doesn't see color, okay? No, I don't want them to be scared of us for that. I want them to be scared of us because we can raise their interest rates, right? Like, when Asians take over, and Asians are going to take over, it's going to be, white power. Okay, yeah, I'm just screaming white power. We're not even going to rename it, all right? We're going to keep the name, white power. It's a good brand, all right? It's like I wouldn't buy Q-tips and rename them cotton on a stick, okay? Like, by the way, and this is true, Q-tips, when they first came out, they were known as baby gays. I don't know why. That's a thing. Look it up. This is not the only thing you guys take away from this set, all right? Like, what does that Asian talk about? Just gay babies and white power. Okay, listen. I know the whole white power thing is weird, but maybe this will make it better, okay? How's this? Let's try this. Come here. Hi, look at that. I have kittens. These are new kittens. Hi, look. White power. If I say white power with kittens, does it make it better? Mwah. You have all the power for now, but you're up and coming. You're gonna get it. Okay. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, we gotta be more chill. Humans gotta be more chill. Like people right now are using, the word immigrant is a dirty word. All right, and we just saw too, like Carol, amazing, hilarious immigrant. We need more of her. All right, but people are screaming like immigrants are stealing our jobs. They're getting real mad. And look, if an immigrant, crawls through a desert, climbs over a wall, and then hitchhikes to the middle of the country, and the first thing they do is steal your job, maybe you suck at your job. We got to be more chill. That's why I like to travel. All right, like I think it's important for everybody to travel. I mean, not right now. Don't go anywhere. Stay indoors. Social distance. But when this pandemic lifts, get out there. See the world. I mean, it's important. Like, see other cultures. Educate yourself. Have other cultures see you. I like to travel. Like I like to get out there so I can expose myself to other people. Okay, that's a really terrible soundbite. Yeah, I'm not wearing pants right now. Did I mention that? Okay. But no, you get the picture. All right. Like my wife and I went to Peru recently. All right. And we came back with another cat. Yeah, that's how my wife has a problem. Let me explain. We were in Lima and we were in this park in Lima and this cat jumped into my lap and my wife was like, "Oh my God, we have to save this cat. It's destiny." And I was like, "No, like it's not." She's like, "No, but the cat jumped in your lap. It's destiny. It chose you." And I was like, "No, this cat chose me the same way strippers choose me." All right, that was also destiny. So anyways, I tell my parents that, we want to rescue this cat. And now they're getting they're mad, all right? Because every time we get another cat, to them, it's like a lower percentage chance that they get grandkids. Because they want grandkids bad. And I was like, why do you guys want grandkids that bad? You think if I don't have kids, the Chan name will die out? And my dad is like sending me these furious texts. He's like, "Oh, I can't believe you're letting your wife do this." I was like, letting her? Like, she's a white woman. She does what she wants. All right? You marry a white woman, see what kind of authority you have. He's like, "You got to put your foot down." I was like, if I put my foot down, she will put her foot down on my grave. Okay? This is not how this works. All right? And by the way, marriage is about supporting your partner. It's about supporting their dreams so they can be happy. Don't you want mom to be happy? And my dad was like, "No." I was like, "Wait, what do you mean no?" He was like, "No, we tried that once. Didn't work." I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "We had you." I'm like, "Oh, all right, well played, Dad. Well played." But anyways, I only want to see, between my parents and my wife, I only want to see one of these two teams naked again. So yeah, we're rescuing a cat. All right, it's basically a tit for tat kind of situation. So we go back to Lima. We go back to that park, and we don't have a carrier to put the cat in, but we have my wife's purse. So we put the cat in the purse, and we run away. We basically shoplifted this cat. And what I realized later is, to the locals in that park, what they saw was an Asian shove a cat into a bag and run away. Like the freaking Hamburglar. I was like, for sure they thought I was going to eat that cat. And this is not how I want to expose Asian culture to the Peruvian people. There's already a bit of a stigma that we eat everything. Everybody thinks this is why we have coronavirus. All right, first of all. So hey, I'm not helping. I'm in my own way. Anyways, we named the cat Churro, which is Peruvian slang for a handsome boy, which he is. A churro is also a kind of food, which he is not. We brought Churro back to Canada. Super easy to get back in, by the way. Very much like when I got back into Canada during a pandemic. Like, they literally were like, "Are you sick?" No, cool. That was it. It was just the honor system. Maybe that's not the best way to go. Anyhow, we have the cat. Churro is back. And now here's the weird twist ending to this whole story is my parents adopted Churro. It's so confusing to me. I feel like basically what happened is they decided, hey, we're never going to have grandkids, so this is the best it's going to get. They're going to settle for a grand cat. All right? And now Churro lives in their house. He sleeps 18 hours a day. He doesn't have a job. He just eats and poops and sleeps. Just classic underachiever. And my parents love him. I was like, where the hell was this when I was growing up? Like, where was this attitude? You know? And now, like, look, I'm an only child. And for the first time in my life, I'm experiencing sibling rivalry. My mom keeps sending me these texts comparing me to the cat. I'm not doing well. I am losing to this cat badly. Like, my mom's like, oh, you know, this cat is amazing. He listens to us, not like you. And I was like, this cat has no idea what you're saying. He doesn't speak Chinese. It's a cat. And my mom was like, well, you don't speak Chinese either. And you're actually Chinese. Fuck. I was like, well, look, this cat is never going to give you grandkids. This cat is neutered. And my mom was like, well, you might as well be. Okay, fuck. I was like, well, listen, this cat is never going to be a doctor. All right, this cat's not going to go to med school, never going to be a doctor. And my mom looks at me and she says, well, at least this cat will never become a comedian. So yeah, Churro is their new son now. Churro's in the will. I'm out, and I'm like, God damn it, these immigrants keep stealing our jobs. All right, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much. Remember, donate to the COVID charity. Here's some more kittens. Hello, hi. Here's a kitten. Hi, kitten. Hello, hello, hello. And that's it for me. Thank you guys so much.
I love the kittens. You know, thanks very much, Leonard. That was really inspirational because, you know, my wife and I have 4 cats, and I thought that was a cry for help. We're totally fine. We are totally fine. And I totally concur with you, Leonard. I also am not wearing pants, and I clearly do not have a Brazilian either. So that was really great, Leonard. So listen, before we wrap up tonight, and we want to just, again, thank you for the ongoing donations to the Canada Helps COVID-19 Relief Fund. I'm going to bring back our 3 talented comedians. We're going to get Hoodo back, Carol back, and Leonard back. Hey, guys.
Hey.
All the kids are there.
My God.
I am coveting your kittens, Leonard.
With kittens?
I know, right?
How are we competing with kittens? Huh?
It's impossible. It's impossible.
So thanks a lot, you guys. I really appreciate you coming on the show today. You guys were fantastic, very funny. I know you couldn't hear people laughing, but I was certainly laughing, and I know my wife was laughing because she's outside watching on her iPad. And so we really appreciate you guys' efforts. So I just wanted to ask you, because some of the people at home might be wondering, as you guys normally, and I've seen you guys online, I've watched your sets, you guys are really experienced comics, always got the audience with you. It's an integral part of your craft and your art. What's it like now? And I know all of you know other comics. Like, how are you guys coping with this as artists?
Sorry, I just want to say that I hope one of the kittens pees on Leonard's neck.
Me too.
Oh my God,
All right, we can go. Yeah.
So how are you guys dealing with having to just not perform your craft? And you know, this is a great opportunity and everything. Like, this is an interesting new way, but this isn't the ideal way. So are the artists in you, like, I've heard that artists always have to create. And so are you guys finding you're like wandering around trying to just create stuff in your house?
I think that the way we did the show tonight, it is the way, like, I talk to myself on the street when I'm thinking about jokes, and I start talking to myself. So it's the same. It's mostly the same thing.
So people think you're crazy.
Yeah, I used to live close to the Moss Park, so people didn't think I was so crazy. But it's not.
Get right in.
And how about you, Hoodo? How are you coping with still maintaining your art and your craft while being locked down?
You know what? It's this weird thing where I'm actually slowly starting to get used to this new world indoors. And now I feel like I've gotten, because I said it in my set earlier, and it's something I actually have noticed, where now comedy is just me ranting into a computer, because you're not waiting for an audience response anymore because there's no crowd there. So I feel like now I've adjusted on some level, but I think when we go back and there's an actual crowd, it's going to be weird. I'm going to have to unlearn a lot of like bad habits. It's like, okay, pause, because there are humans in the room that actually want to provide you with feedback via laughter, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And Leonard, I suppose you're probably Are you contemplating incorporating some of your copious felines into your act, or does the rule still stand? Children and animals never go on stage with them.
You know what? This is the first time I've tried this. It seemed to work out all right, but they're temporary. All right, they're temporary. I have to tell myself this because we have so many cats already. We can't have more. But Hoodo's right. Like, I mean, this is exactly what's happening. Like, we have to adjust. We can't just pause for laughter because you just can't. So now it's just really more like a rant than anything, which is not my style. Like, my style has evolved to fit this medium, but exactly what Hoodo said. Like, when you get back to, like, this is not going to work on stage when there's humans.
Right.
But at the same time, once I hear that laughter, I'm be like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm not shaking anyone's hand, even when there's a vaccine. You think I'm going to shake the host's hand after this shit? No. Get out of here. Yeah.
No, I get you. I've been feeling kind of the same way. I'm like, when they open up the world again, I'm not shaking people's hand. I'm gonna give people bows. You know,
Namaste.
namaste.
We're all Asian now. That's what coronavirus has done.
Yeah. Namaste.
Now we take over.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, you guys. I just want to thank you guys once again for coming out. And if you guys have a chance, check them out online. We've got Leonard. You're at leonardchan.com.
TheLeonardChan.com.
TheLeonardChan.com.
At LeonardChan.com, you'll find a Hong Kong CEO, which is much more successful than I am.
TheLeonardChan.com. And then where can people find you, Carol?
You can find me at carolzoccoli.com or at Carol Zoccoli on Twitter and Zoccoli Carol at Instagram.
Great. And Hoodo?
So it's at Hoodo Comedy on Twitter and Instagram. Feel free to, let me know your thoughts and/or hate speech. Yeah.
Well, be careful what you ask for. So thanks again, you guys. We really appreciate you coming out. And so on behalf of the good people of Bang Albino, I just want to say thank you. And you guys were all great. So that's going to wrap up the show for today. We want to continue to thank all of you guys for all of your generous donations to the Canada Helps COVID-19 Relief Fund. You can donate anytime, and then if people that you know miss the show and they want to watch the show, they can always log back into this channel because almost immediately this will become a recording, and they can pause it, rewind it, and do whatever they want, and the donate button will still be live, and you can get a review of some of the kitten actions
because there's a kitten on the screen. I'm sorry.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in. Be on the lookout for future episodes of the Quarantine Comedy Kitchen Party, brought to you by Bang Albino. Once again, my name's Garnet Harding. I've had a great time being your host, and we look forward to supporting other great causes in the near future. So stay tuned for future episodes. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy, but most importantly, stay home. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.